Kia ora. Here's a quick video to explain Task 2, the factors and processes that have caused the global pattern of an ageing population. So the first factor or process, we're going to call it a process, is the level of economic development. This week I'm wanting you to write one paragraph about the level of economic development. So you read this information here and you write it in your own words to answer the question down here. So to answer the question, you need to comprehensively describe the processes that have caused the global pattern. You need to include geographic terminology, that's like names of countries and hemispheres and continents, and you need to include a geographic concept. The concept I want you to use is, I want you to write in at least once in every paragraph the word process. Process is the concept we're going to use in this question. All right, the first factor or process we're going to look at is the level of economic development. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the structure of how to write this paragraph, and I'm going to go through the reading. I'm going to flick to another page, people, that I'm going to put on Google Classroom for you. So this is the same resource, but what I've done is I've coloured it. So basically, economic development is when countries can sustain high levels of industry and consumption. Consumption means buying stuff. All right, so because countries have lots of industry and they have lots of people buying things, that means that people often benefit by having more jobs and a higher standard of living. And if you have a higher standard of living, you have better food, healthcare, shelter, education. Now, because you have a high standard of living, people live longer. See the bit in purple? And because you have a higher standard of living, you live longer, and that means people have healthier lives and they can have more to eat and they have good access to medical care. So the process is, first, there's a high level of industry and consumption. Second, the yellow bit, people have a high standard of living. The third step in the process is a longer lifespan. And the fourth step in the process is having a healthier lifestyle, and the effect of that all is more old people living longer. So you need to write in your own words the reasons why in that order, because a process is a sequence of actions, so it's got different steps in it. So here's how to write your question. Start with a statement. It says, one sentence, you basically repeat the question. For example, one process that caused the ageing population is the level of economic development. Then you need to expand and you need to say this is because in this question we're saying why. All right, so here this week we're doing economic development. Economic development caused an ageing population because, and then you have to explain those four coloured steps. So I'm expecting 3 or 4 sentences there. Rewrite it in your own words. Then you need to give me an example, a couple of examples. You need to name countries and continents where they have got a high level of economic development. And then you link it back to the question by saying something like, this is how the process of economic development causes an ageing population. I'll go over this in class and you can watch this again later. Bye.